I've helped many buyers purchase homes, and most of them were absolutely clueless when they first started the process. So instead of shooting in the dark and believing everything your realtor says, I want you to use this video as your step-by-step guide to help you with purchasing a home. Once you buy a home, you may have a home to sell too. So to make your life easy, I've made a 12-step guide to help you with the process of selling your home. Make sure to comment down below and I will send it over. Hey everyone, it's Gourav Khatri and I help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate in Mississauga and the surrounding areas of the GTA. If you're in the market and need some guidance, you can book a quick intro call with me by clicking the link in the description down below. Now let's get to it. Step 1. Choosing the right realtor. One of the first steps you need to take is to pick a realtor who will help you with the purchase of your home. It may be tempting to choose someone that you already know, or you may be pressured into choosing a relative or a friend. However, you should choose someone that listens to you and understands your needs. An experienced agent can help you navigate market conditions. At the same time, you also want to make sure that you get the required attention. That's why it's better to work with an agent that is not handling too many clients. Be especially skeptical about agents that give incentives to work with them, such as a cashback, because they may be in it to just make a quick buck and may not have your best interest at heart. Make a list of your wants and needs and interview a few agents to see which one is the right fit for you, and also what kind of advice you get. The agent should also have a sound understanding of the local market, so make sure to ask questions about the market as well. I've made some detailed videos about some of the steps we're going to go over in this video. I'll provide the links right here like this one as I go along. Make sure to check them out. Step 2. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. Before you can start looking for homes, you need to know how much you can afford. To do that, you need to meet with a mortgage broker or a bank that you're comfortable with. They will usually check your employment history, credit score, assets, and debts before informing you how much mortgage you qualify for and what your monthly payments could be like. You also need to calculate your monthly expenses and decide whether you're prepared to take on the monthly mortgage payments. Just because you've been pre-qualified for a certain amount doesn't have to mean that you're comfortable making those payments. Take into consideration your lifestyle, the things you enjoy doing, and whether you will have money left over at all to continue doing those things. For example, if you've been pre-approved by the bank for $1 million home, but your monthly expenses only allow you to go up to $800,000, then you should think twice before overextending yourself. Same goes for down payment. Having just enough money to cover the down payment and the closing costs can be problematic if you were to lose your job all of a sudden. Step 3. Search for homes. Once you know your budget, work with your realtor to explore different options that suit your lifestyle and income. Communicate your must-haves and like-to-haves with your realtor so that you can be set up on a daily listing feed to get the latest property updates. You can also check out my website that provides live MLS updated feed. The link is in the description down below. Browse the website regularly, analyze the photos, and shortlist the properties that you're interested in. Sometimes the photos may not do justice to a property, or the photos may be taken in a way that makes the rooms look bigger. Discuss all the properties with your realtor and then schedule showings to go see them in person. If you're not able to see them in person, then you can ask your realtor to do virtual walkthroughs for you. The more properties you see, the more you'll understand about the layout and the space, and can narrow down your search even further. Step 4. Offers and negotiations. Once you have your heart set on a property, work with your realtor to see the recent comparable sales in the area to figure out the realistic price to be offered. In addition to the recent comparable sales, you should also consider the market conditions and property features. For example, a recently renovated 3-bedroom townhouse will command more price than a similar sized 3-bedroom non-renovated townhouse. When preparing an offer, let your realtor know the terms you're willing to negotiate on and the ones you're not. In a hot market, you may have to consider sacrificing some conditions in order to make your offer more enticing to the seller. I highly recommend putting in a home inspection and a financing condition just to be safe. However, it's not uncommon for buyers to bring in firm offers, which is basically an offer without any conditions. Remind your agent to put in a clause to visit the property at least 2 times before closing. Once your offer has been accepted, you will be required to bring in the deposit to the listing brokerage within 24 hours. Make sure to get a copy of the deposit receipt as soon as it is received by the listing brokerage. I hope you're getting some value from this video. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Step 5. Conditional period. The most common conditions people put in for a house are financing and home inspection. Depending on the conditions you put in and the way you word the offer, you will have a certain amount of time before your offer becomes null and void. So you need to make sure that you arrange your home inspections and work with your lenders to get a satisfactory outcome and also to provide relevant notices to remove those conditions in the mentioned time period. Be present for home inspections and make a list of any questions and concerns you may have before the home inspection so that your home inspector can pay close attention to those details when investigating. If any defects are found that you're not comfortable with, work with your realtor to see if they can get the sellers to fix it or reduce the price of the home in order to compensate your future expense. If the deal is firm and you then decide to back out from this deal, chances are you may lose your deposit and even be sued for damages. But if the deal is still conditional and you're not satisfied with the condition outcomes, then you can still walk away from this deal and get your deposit back without any deductions as long as you haven't firmed up the deal yet. Once you are satisfied with the conditions, you can then remove those conditions to have a firm deal. Step 6. Final walkthrough. Before you close, schedule a final walkthrough of the home to see if there has been any new changes or damages to the home. Some sellers can be sneaky and remove things like appliances, light fixtures, etc. So make sure to check that all fixtures that were to remain on the property have not been removed or replaced. When moving furniture, sellers may damage walls and floors. During a walkthrough, make a list of any issues that you may come across and discuss them with your lawyers to see if a compensation can be negotiated or if the sellers may be willing to revert the property back to the way it originally was. You want to do this before the closing day because you still haven't paid the sellers completely and the lawyers can delay the closing unless the issues have been resolved. But after the closing, there's not much you can do. Step 7. Close. Lawyers will have up to 2 weeks before closing to do any due diligence such as checking the title of the property. And if the lawyers are satisfied with their due diligence, you will meet with them in their office to process the closing. You will be required to bring the balance of the down payment, land transfer tax, and any other expenses to your lawyer's office for closing. On the closing day, you will be required to pay the balance of the purchase price of the property. Think of it like a virtual suitcase of money. Your lawyer will take the deposit money from the listing brokerage, the balance of the down payment from you, and the mortgage money from the lender, put it all together in one big virtual suitcase, and then transfer it to the seller's lawyer's trust account. Once the seller's lawyers receive the money, they will then provide your lawyer with the lockbox code, who will then provide it to you. After that, you can go to the property and collect the keys from the lockbox. Make sure to do a one last walkthrough of the property on closing as soon as you receive your keys and inform your lawyer of any issues on the same day because the next day there will be no recourse. Step 8. Moving into the home. You can either save your money by getting your friends and family to help you, or you can hire professional movers. If moving into an apartment, make sure to book the service elevators well in advance. Transfer your utilities to the new address and update your address with various service providers such as banks, cell phone providers, driver's license, etc. Comment down below if you have any questions about any of the steps to buying a home. If you need to have an in-depth discussion about the process of buying or selling real estate in Mississauga or the surrounding areas of the GTA, please feel free to contact me directly or book an intro call with me using the link in the description down below. And make sure to check out this next video.